everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be telling you guys why you should not go on a date or get into a relationship until you watch this video. Yes, this one right here, the one that you clicked on, the one that you're watching right now. Yeah, that one. Yeah, don't do anything until you watch this video, okay? And I'll be telling you guys, like, you know, kind of guiding you guys through, you know, a date and like a relationship and stuff like that. Basic common sense things. But sometimes, you know, when we're a little bit nervous and it's a nerve-wracking experience, we're kind of like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, like, I still don't know what I'm doing, but it's okay. Number one, you have to be honest. You have to be honest with yourself first. Honesty is key. You have to be honest, you know, with what like what you're looking for, you know, what, I don't want to say what you want because that's like the next thing, but you have to be honest. You have to be open and honest with, you know, with yourself, and you're like, okay, like, this is the type of thing that I want, this is the thing that I don't want, and kind of, you know, that kind of thing. Number two, you have to know what you want. Basically, you gotta know what you want. Do you want a fling? Do you want friends with benefits? Do you want marriage and babies? Do you want one-night stands? Do you want, I don't know what else there is, but whatever do you want? Like, you know, like, you have to know what you want, because that way you kind of pick and choose, like, you know, like, you don't waste people's time, and you're not wasting your own time. Like, you know, like, if I'm looking for a relationship, you know, I'm gonna be like, yo, look, I'm looking for a relationship. Like, if you're looking for a relationship, then, you know, we can see where things go. If you're not looking for a relationship, you know, whatever, it's cool. That kind of thing. But you have to know what you want. Number three, you have to have standards. Okay, look, we already all know that my standards are, like, look, there's no limit to my standards. Like, my standards are outrageous, they are out of this world, and whatever. So instead of standards, we can call them boundaries. You have to have some kind of boundary or like standard, okay? To know, like, okay, like, I'm not gonna accept you if you lie, or if you cheat, or if you're married and I'm your side chick or something. Like, you have to have some kind of standard going into a situation. Like, you know, whether it's a date, like, okay, like, I'm allergic to sushi or something, like, don't go to a sushi place. Like, that's literally common sense, okay? But I think you also have to have standards in, you know, in your relationship. You know, what are you going to accept and what you're not going to accept. And the best part about this one is you can actually, like, sit down and, like, write it out on a sheet of paper, you know, or if you're always on your phone watching me, then you can write it down in your notes section on your phone and just be like, this is the things that I want, and things I'm looking for, things I want, like, you're gonna accept, and the things that you don't want, you're not gonna like, and the things that you're not gonna accept, you know. Life will be so much easier. Number four, you have to communicate. Whether this is a first date or a relationship, you have to be able to talk about things. If you don't talk, if you cannot communicate, if you, like, if I'm talking to a guy and he does not talk to me, like, and, like, he leaves me high and dry and ignores me, and I'm, like, trying to blow up his phone, and, like, it looks like I'm crazy, I don't want anything to do with you at that point, because A, I'm not crazy, and B, you're ignoring me, and God knows what you're doing, okay? You have to be able to communicate with people, you know. And I know for a lot of people, like, you know, especially, like, and I've noticed this about myself, like, I talk really, really fast because I feel like no one's gonna listen if I talk slow, and I kind of, you know, get off track, and I wander, and I veer this way and that way. So I feel like that's why I talk, like, super duper fast, is just to get, like, my point across and just to finish, you know, what I was saying. But it doesn't have to be that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to communicate and to sit down and, like, talk about things, and, you know, say how you feel. And oh my god, feeling is such a horrific thing. Like, you know, it's like, feelings are not as bad as people make them seem, okay? So you have to be able to communicate with the person, you know, whether it's on a date or in a relationship, you know. And, you know, it's okay to have your guard up. Like, I'm not saying just, you know, give people your everything, but I'm just saying, like, communication is key. You have to communicate how you feel, what you're thinking, you know, what you want, what you don't want, kind of thing. Because if you don't, like, the other person isn't gonna, it's gonna go right over their head, and they're gonna be like, oh, okay. Like, it's kind of like that thing, like, if so, like, okay, let's say if a guy asked me on a first date, okay, like, on a date, and I'm like, okay, and let's say, like, I wasn't feeling it, right, and he goes in for, like, a kiss, and I do that, yeah, great meeting you, okay? Like, you have to be able, and I think it's just like feelings, like you can definitely feel it, like, you know, and sometimes it's better to ask if they should kiss you instead of just diving head in, you know, just common sense, but that's okay. So you have to communicate, like, you know, like you can just be like, oh, like, okay, like, you know, can I kiss you or something, or that kind of thing. If the person says no, they say no, like, there's other people, okay? That kind of thing. But communicate. You have to communicate. Number 5, you cannot be scared. You can't be scared going into a date, especially, like, I know if this would be your first date, I know a lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, it's like my first date, and like this, that, they're like, I'm so nervous, blah, blah, blah. I think for any date, like, anyone's nervous, but just go into it neutral. Like, don't go into it like thinking this person's the one for you, but don't go into it thinking, oh my god, this is going to be so incredibly tragic, okay? Like, no, like, go into it neutral and just kind of be yourself, you know, take down their license plate number, okay? You know, I said don't be scared. I didn't say don't be safe, okay? You gotta be safe, okay? But that's the thing. So you can't be scared going into a date. And then in a relationship, I feel like a lot of people, you know, they see all these relationships kind of end and they're like, oh my gosh, like, love no longer exists. And it's like, no, that's them. Like, don't compare your situation to other people's situation, because that's them. That's not you guys. You guys don't know, you know, what this couple has gone through or whatever. So that's the thing. So don't be scared to kind of open up, and even if it's just for a little bit, just like open up a little bit and then like test the waters and just see, like, you know. But yeah. Number 6, you have to be open-minded. You have to be open-minded in going on a date, and even in a relationship. Like, you have to know that not everyone was raised like you. Like, you know, no one has the same beliefs. I mean, well, most people, like, they don't have the same beliefs, the same morals, the same whatever, like, whatever the case may be. Like, you have to be open-minded into knowing, like, okay, like, they were raised different than me. They, you know, do this, they do that, blah, 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 whatever. You have to be open-minded in that sense, but also, like, be open-minded on a date as well. Like, you know, don't just put pressure on the other person, because they're human too. Like, you know, they have feelings. Maybe they're nervous, even though they're playing it off like they're cool. Like, maybe they are nervous, like, you don't know. Like, you know, so you definitely have to be open-minded and, like, of your surroundings and of the people and just stuff like that, like, you know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys, if you are gonna go on a date, enjoy your dates. Stay safe though, you know, license plate, Google them, give, you know, your family, your friends, everything, okay? Have fun on the date, let loose, not too much though. If you are in a relationship, or I mean, if you want to get into a relationship, hopefully this video kind of helped you, kind of guide you, and your relationship will be a whole lot easier. Like, share this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I really, really hope you find whatever it is that you are looking for, and I hope you find happiness, and because that's what we need more in this world. We need, I think, all of us need to be, like, legitimately happy with ourselves, you know, and I think that's what it starts with. So, yeah, I will see you guys next time.